everybody, welcome to Mom Talk number 22. Today we're going to talk about brain dumping. Brain dumping is one of the favorite activities of mine, whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed or anything. So I think that maybe I need brain dumping. I think maybe brain dumping is one of the necessary activities that we should do on a regular basis in order to make us feel more more relaxed, and in order to help us feel like a sense of relief and experience a sense of relief in our day-to-day life. I know, I am living your life now. I'm a mom like you, and I know that there are a lot in our minds, there are a lot in our brains. At the same time, you're thinking about, our child, you're thinking about anything in our life, and so this can make our life sometimes overwhelming. That maybe we cannot manage it anymore. Maybe we think that we're not capable of managing our life, and this is so deteriorating in the long run. So we don't want this journey of motherhood to be overcomplicated. We don't want this journey of motherhood to be something like any kind of exhaustion. So we want this journey of motherhood to be enjoying, to be something very, very calming. So this experience, this journey of motherhood should be something like this for us. And maybe some of the times the burdens that we are experiencing, the burdens that we are feeling on our shoulders are not because of the financial prospects that are not good in our, for example, country. That they are not because of anything. They might be something related to our minds. There might be something that is occupying our mind that is not really useful, but we think that we are, for example, responsible for doing them. We are responsible for doing some sort of action about them. So I'm talking about brain dumping. This word, this phrase of brain dump is literally one of the best phrases that I've ever heard, because your brain, if you don't be aware about your situation and your mental situation, it happens that after a while you find yourself and your mind full of different ideas, full of different tasks, different responsibilities, different thoughts that maybe most of them are not really important. So the unimportant tasks that you made for yourself, and you think that you need to do them, but they are not really useful, they're not really impactful, and so they have no impact for you and your life, and they're not important at all. So we need to assess our mind every once in a while. We need to just get back to at the back of our mind and see what are the things that are happening at the backstage of our mind, and what is occupying our mind. And every once in a while we need to dump our brain. So brain dumping is one of the most beautiful the most beautiful phrases that I've ever heard, and I think it is really useful for us as a mom. So I want to just prepare your mind in order to just get to know that it is very important to do this brain dumping, because most of the times we think that maybe minimalism and the fact that less is more is about the stuff that we have around us, the physical stuff that we have around us, like the furniture, everything around us. But the mental load and the mental clutter around us, around our mind, is even more important than the physical clutter. And we need to declutter our mind in order to feel more relaxed, in order to feel more relieved. And a calm mind can help us to be more satisfied, can help us to be more, of a good-tempered person. And so this is very urgent, I think, as a mom. So this was about the importance of this topic, but how on earth I'm able to do that brain dumping? Okay, I'm convinced that brain dumping is great, but how on earth I'm able to do that? In order to do this brain dumping, we need to start from somewhere. So you know that we have a challenge. The name of it is waking up early. So in this challenge today, why I suggested you to just write down what are the things that are occupying your mind. Everything, literally everything that is in your mind, please write it down. So this is the first assessment that we need in order to break down. I know that maybe, for example, you write down on a piece of paper that, okay, I am, for example, literally, I don't know, very stressed out because of the daycare that my daughter is just new to these days. Maybe I am I'm feeling very overwhelmed because I have a house moving, for example, in 2 weeks. I am feeling very overwhelmed because of blah blah blah. You know, there are a lot that are in our minds, I know. Or maybe I feel a little bit regretful because, for example, I didn't continue my studies. What are the things that are in the back of your mind that every once in a while you find yourself thinking about them? So these are the thoughts that you need to revise them. You need to think that whether they're useful or not. So this was the first step. So we need our first assessment to be done. And in the next phase, I want you to think about every one of those sentences that you have written. Okay, well, I am stressed out about buying a new house. I'm all of the times thinking about that, but just thinking about it deeply, I can understand that, well, there are some prerequisites for this thought. Maybe in order to buy a new house, I need first of all to go to find a job. So whenever I don't have any job, I'm not a worker at this moment. So why am I thinking about buying a new house? So I need to change my thought from buying a new house to finding a job. And you know, whenever we are thinking about the wrong stuff, we are just making ourselves more overwhelmed. We are making ourselves more stressed, and we can do. Oops, we're back. So sorry. So in the second step, I wanted you to rethink about every one of the sentences that you have written. Are they important now, or they urgent to be thought about them? So please consider doing that. It's very important, and it will give you a very bright understanding of what are the situations that you're in. So this was the first assessment, but what on earth I can do to manage my mind, to manage my thoughts? For those of you who have attended in the workshops, you know that we have talked about the time blocking method. Time blocking method might seem like a way for just time management, but it is not that. It is not really restricted to time management. It is a way of managing our mind and our thoughts and our brain, because it helps us, it makes us feel more confident in any block of time that we are in, to just be concentrated on one area of our life. For example, whether it is the family block time, we need to just get used to this situation that whenever you're in the block of family, you need to just be with your family. Don't ever think about your work. Don't ever think about your, for example, house stuff or anything. So whenever we make our mind feel, we just force our mind to be present only in one area, then after a while it will happen that, okay, we are decluttering the unnecessary stuff that is in our mind. So time blocking method is my suggestion for managing our thoughts too. So it is a way of managing our thoughts too whenever I'm in the work block time, because I have chosen this work block time reasonably. And reasonably, this is, for example, this 1 hour, this 30 minutes that I've chosen for this work block time is the time that I can be concentrated on my work. So whenever I'm in this block time, so it never happens that I'm thinking about, for example, the stuff about my daughter, I'm thinking about the household chores or anything. So it helped me in the long run to learn my mind to just think about one specific area at a time. And you might have heard about multitasking, but I am definitely opponent of multitasking. Multitasking really is deteriorating for us, and it literally ruins our confidence, because whenever we are forcing ourselves to multitask, we think that, for example, we are more productive, but in the long run we are less productive, we are more stressed. And so we need to let go of this idea of multitasking. We need to be present at one place at a time. We need to manage our thoughts to just think and be more concentrated at a time. So this was the way of managing it. If you haven't heard about time blocking method, you can find it in the podcasts, and also you can attend the workshops that are going to be held soon. And and the fourth step that I'm going to tell you is that, the first assessment is very good. The literally managing your mind is also good. But if you let go of reassessing your life every once in a while, reassessing your life every week, none of your managerial stuff that you're doing in order to manage your mind, in order to declutter your mind, in order to declutter your thoughts, might never have any outcome for you. So please consider assessing your thoughts every once in a while. I suggest you to have a kind of me time, a kind of one-on-one time with yourself every week, in order to think about what have been passed in the week before. What were the thoughts that were in your mind? Were they useful to be thinking about, to just think about them, or were they unnecessary? So whenever you're doing that, and after a while it happens that you understand really 80% of the thoughts that are in your mind are not really necessary, and you will find your way in order to focus on the most important stuff in your life. So I hope that this live session, which was, I know, just a gentle reminder, not any tactical step or anything, I hope that this gentle reminder would be beneficial for you, could reap the benefits of that. And we're gonna cover every one of the tactical steps that are needed in the podcast. If you're new here to MamaNest, that the podcast both in Farsi and English, and we're going to have our monthly workshops very soon, after I think 2 or 3 weeks, so you can attend them too. Thank you all for attending today's live. I hope to see you next week at I think the same time, because I'm going to change the timing of the live sessions. So thank you all for attending, and it was very fun hanging out with you guys. Have a very good time, and goodbye.